rigor and athletes, drama, extracurricular?
For sure. Grace, could you address that?
Sure. I played club soccer and high school soccer, and then I was a big part of the weightlifting program here. So that was pretty much active year-round. And I think that even though it feels like you don't have time for it, you really need to make time for it. It'll keep you sane. And it helps me do better in school, I think, to have some sort of outlet like that. So I highly encourage that you do extracurriculars the whole time. So.
Alex?
I think we can be a little too dramatic about it, like how much it actually is. Like, it's a lot, but it's really the long-term stuff. So for me, like, soccer is like my first thing. Like, if someone asks me like what defines me to be soccer, so I was always in soccer year-round. I'd have it every day for high school, and then club, we travel all the time. It was a big commitment, and DP was like my second priority, honestly. But it's doable, and if you are really into your sport, then really that should be an outlet for you. So I'd go to practice after school, and I'd be super tired, but then I would wake up again, and I could go do my homework. And I probably, back to the original question, maybe like an hour a night is what I did, unless I had a paper that maybe take 2 hours or 3 hours. So even in college now, it's not that difficult. If you want to be a college athlete, IB helped me be a college athlete, because now I can time manage better than all my team, honestly. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm the only kid at my college who did IB. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. So
Okay. Billy or Taylor, could you just address your also extensive extracurriculars? Not that you haven't all had that.
I was in theater, and I also did student government. Senior year, I was the senior class president, and I didn't do the work, you guys did. Okay, sorry. So with theater and then student government took up a lot of the mornings because we'd meet before school, and then theater took up a lot of stuff after school. But what that does is there's people have done a lot of studies about how actually being more busy to a certain extent helps you be more efficient with your time. And so because you go to school and then you have theater right afterwards, that leaves about a couple hours before dinner and then after dinner where it's homework time, where you don't have time to really do other stuff. And so it's it's obvious that now is the time I should be doing homework. Whereas if you go to school and then come home and now you have 5 hours, you don't spend that time as efficiently as you normally would. It's an interesting thing. It seems counterintuitive, but that's how it ends up being. And was that way in college? It's out in college now, and was that way in high school?
Yeah. It's a lot easier to be, like you said, more efficient with your time, and because you don't have the option to do homework at any other time other than when you're not in rehearsal, when you're not in school. So it makes you have no option. And so that helps you be really efficient. And it's also, doing extracurriculars is kind of it's a break. You have to look at it as a break. Normally when you're doing, if you have 5 hours, you're going to do homework for some of it and then take a break. But you have to do what your extracurriculars as that break time and the time that you have to do the things you love. And so then that way you don't need a break. That's your break. So I would say it's very important to do that, to be well-rounded and to do something else other than homework.
Yeah, we really highly, is that what you said?
We highly recommend that most of our students are anyway, they're in several activities and clubs, and one thing we haven't mentioned, which we're running out of time, so we won't necessarily make a big deal about, but there is a community service component to the diploma program. So not only did they do their sport and their academics, but then they also did some community service and some action and some creativity. And that ties it all together as well.